Hello, this is movie review number 1184. This is Anora. Anora is a 2024 movie directed by Sean Baker, who also directed The Florida Project and Red Rocket. So this movie has Neon Films, Filmnation Entertainment, and Cre Film Productions. I saw this movie on November 20th, 2024, Showcase Cinema De Lux in Springdale, Ohio. So Anora is about Annie, or Anora. She is portrayed by Mighty Madison in the movie, who was also Mighty Madison was also in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So she plays Annie, who is a stripper from Brooklyn, whose life takes an unexpected turn when she meets and impulsively marries Ivan Fina, who is the impetuous son of a Russian billionaire. However, when Fina's parents catch wind of their union, they send their henchmen to annul the marriage, setting off a wild chase through the streets of New York. Because Fina's parents do not approve of this marriage and they want it annulled ASAP. But there's a little problem. As soon as the henchmen show up to Ivan's house, Ivan runs away. And so the henchmen in Anora have to find Ivan, and the henchmen are going to get this marriage annulled before anything bad happens. Uh-oh. So Mighty Madison portrays Anora or Annie McHeffer in the movie. She is a high-priced stripper at the headquarters strip club. Mark Eldarstian portrays Ivan or Fina Sakharov in the movie. He is the wealthy but immature son of a Russian billionaire. Yura Borisov, Borisov, portrays Igor. He is a henchman from Russia who is hired by Toros to look after Fina. Corinne Karagorian portrays Toros. He is a handler from Armenia who is employed by Fina's father to look after Fina. Fachi Tormosurian portrays Garnet. He is a henchman from Armenia who is hired by Toros. So when Fina's parents learn about the marriage, Fina's father sends Igor, Garnett, and Toros to New York to get the marriage annulled. Oresky Saribeltov portrays Nikolai Sakharov. He plays Fina's father in the movie. Dora Akimasova portrays Dariana Sakharova. She plays Fina's mother. Lindsay Normington portrays Diamond. She is an unfriendly headquarters stripper who competes with Ani for clients. And let's just say that she is jealous of Annie and will do anything to get her back. Ivy Rourke portrays Crystal. She is Fina's friend who works at a Coney Island candy shop. Luna Sophia Morena portrays Ruru. Ruru is another headquarters stripper and a friend of Annie's. Arena Gloryfitch portrays Clara, a housekeeper for the South Harofora mansion. And Ella Rubin portrays Farah, Annie's roommate in the movie. So, this movie is a little bit like the Cinderella love story. Well, at least the first part. Where Annie meets Ivan and they have a good time together, and Ivan proposes to Annie. She brushes off the proposal at first, but she eventually decides to get married to Ivan so that Ivan can stay in America and not go back to Russia. So things seem to be going good until a rumor spreads out about Ivan and Ina, or Ivan and Annie, and Fanya's parents find out and they are not happy. So they send some henchmen to go get the marriage between Ivan and Annie annulled. Well, like I said earlier, when they arrive, Ivan runs away, and despite Annie's wishes, the henchmen and Toros will do anything that they need to do to get the marriage annulled. But first, they need to find Ivan. So they go on a wild chase through the streets of New York. They search at clubs, restaurants, and other places, and eventually becomes the point where Fanya's parents even come to New York to get the marriage annulled. But a couple of things happen that kind of delayed this, especially with Anora or Annie not wanting to get divorced. But after learning a little more about Ivan and his whereabouts and what he was supposed to be doing, let's just say that she is having second thoughts a little bit. I won't say what happens, but I will say that the henchmen, Eagle and Garnett, let's just say that Eagle, even though he is a henchman high up by Toros, let's just say that he has a soft spot for Annie, and he's not as a well. He might be aggressive at some part of the movie, but he might become more of the comforting henchman later on in the movie. I won't discuss too much details, but let's just say that things get a little ugly near in the second part of the movie that completely changes everything. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I definitely recommend it. So that's my movie review of Anora. Please see you for my next movie review. Alright, goodbye.